Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mary Ann Allen and I am so happy that you are here today. First, I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel, who have liked the videos and commented. I've seen your suggestions for improvement and I'm taking note of those. And I've also seen your encouragements to keep doing this, and I'm really excited that you're here. It's because of you that I am encouraged to continue to do this. Content creation is pretty tough. I mean, if you're not a camera person and you haven't really figured out the online space yet, it can be a little difficult, but you are all the reasons why I do this, and I am glad that you're on here. So today we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why Liberians fail. I know you want to know those 3 reasons, but before we get into that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos when I upload them. So let's talk about this. Remember, this is not to talk down on Liberians because I am a Liberian as well, and I find myself in these 3 categories. But I have become more intentional about it, and I'm working on myself. I'm working on those things. So it's not that I'm exempted from it or any, and it doesn't apply to every one of us. There are people who are doing the right thing, and there are people who are still getting there. And we all need to be aware of things that we can improve because that is personal growth. So whatever you can gather, whatever you can get from the video, share your thoughts about the video by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And please be respectful of each other's comments and opinions. So what are 3 reasons Liberians fail? Number 1, lack of support. And I say that's pretty general, but lack of support can apply to just we Liberians giving each other the support that we need. We talk down on each other and the improvements that other people try to make, so much so that we actually, instead of motivating each other, we discourage each other. There is absolutely no support in the Liberian community. In fact, we compete with each other instead of uplifting each other, and that needs to stop. That needs to stop. If somebody is trying to do something that is out of your expertise or that is within your expertise, the least you can do is like, comment, and share. I mean, basically, or just send a message and say, I like what you're doing, keep doing it. It may be tough right now, but as long as you don't quit, it's gonna get better. Like, encourage someone. If somebody launches a new business, send them a message and tell them, good job, this is looking good. I know you're gonna get better within a few years, so just stick at it. Let's uplift each other and let's support. Support could mean financial support by actually purchasing or patronizing that person's business or idea. So Liberians, let's support each other. And this lack of support actually goes beyond just Liberians. I mean, like the social setting as a whole. It extends even to the government and the institutions that are in Liberia. Liberians get relatively low support from financial institutions in Liberia. Banks would rather give money out to foreigners than they will give to Liberians. So there are a lot of Liberians businesses that are struggling to either survive or to even get started overall. So there is absolutely no financial capital to get people to the next level. So that support is not there. And then when somebody tries their best to get something started, we do not support that person. We need to stop that and do more support. And it's okay for everyone to be doing similar things. If you have 3, 4, 5 people doing the same thing, that doesn't mean you should hate or compete. That means you should support each other. The more the community see us support each other, even as like content creators, I've seen a couple of my sisters' pages out there and I've liked them and share them, etc. But the more people see us like commenting on each other's contents and like encouraging and supporting, people get more encouraged to even like watch all of our contents. So it's not about the competition, it's about what we can provide to our society. So let's support each other. Number two, lack of consistency and perseverance. Liberians do not stick with one thing for too long. Now, if you are not that person, good for you. You need to show us how you do it. But majority of us find ourselves in this category. And this is not specific to Liberians. This is just humans as a whole. But I'm just speaking to us Liberians. And I sometimes find myself in that category as well. And I've been working to do a little bit more when it comes to consistency. So we do not stick to one thing for too long, and we're not willing to persevere. So there will be challenges that will come along the line when you have an idea or when you're doing something, and we need to be able to go much further to be able to see what we want to see, and we're not willing to make the sacrifice. We get discouraged too easily, we get distracted too easily, and that leads to failure. It leads to us quitting sooner than we should, and most times when you quit, it takes a little longer to get started again. It takes, all of the courage in you to give it a try again, because what you would say to yourself is, I tried it and it did not work. So we need to be able to do a little more past that breaking point, so that we can actually see success and not quit when things get tough. So number two, let us be consistent with things that we decide to do or things that we want to do. Let us be willing to persevere. Let us know that things are gonna get tough, and be able to put in the work and expect the challenges and be able to overcome those challenges to move. The more we start to do that, we'll see that Liberian success would be popping up all over the place, and that will make our country great again. Let's just say that. And the third reason why Liberians fail is we tend to focus on the short-term benefits rather than the long-term benefits. I don't know if I have to explain that any further. But yes, so we tend to like immediate gratification, things that are going to bring immediate results. If we can't get immediate results, we're not willing to put our effort into it. We're not willing to put our resources into it. For example, there are a lot of people who may say, I'm not going back to Liberia right now because or I'm not investing in Liberia right now because I won't get my money out. I can't see that immediate turnaround, so I'm not even going to waste my time. But the thing is, if every one of us say that, no one would be investing in Liberia, and of course we wouldn't see the benefits that we are hoping to see. So we need to be able to do whatever we need to do regardless of the possibilities at that moment. We need to be able to look at the long run. Even if I don't see the benefits right now, I need to be able to think long term and think about my children, and think about my children's children. And one example with that is property development or building in Liberia. Building in Liberia may not give you an immediate return, or it may not give you the benefit that you may need right now. It may not put money in your pocket right now, period. But it provides over time, it becomes an excellent investment for your children, and you want your children to be connected to your home, because that's where you want to be able to, when you're gone, you want your ties to not just vanish. They should always have a connection, and the only way your kids would be comfortable with having a ties to your home country is if you have a place for them to stay, and a decent place. So we need to be able to build as an investment in Liberia and not focus on, am I going to live there? No, so then I won't do it. You don't have to live there. There are people in Liberia that could use that, and you could benefit from the income that it generates. A lot of the people who did that in the past, their children are now the ones who are living better lives. Their children are now the ones who have prime location, prime properties in Mamba Point and all those areas that we desire, Syncor and etc., because their parents made smart decisions and now they're benefiting from it. A lot of us in the diaspora, we are not looking forward to the long-term benefits. We want the fact that we're not there right now, it doesn't benefit us, so we don't want to invest. We need to be able to look at long-term instead of short-term. And because we look at the short-term, that's why we don't even try to even do things, because it's like, it's not, if we don't see that short-term reward, we just don't do it. And that leads to many of us not getting to where we want to see ourselves. So make sure you're assessing yourself. If you do not fall in these three categories, good for you. But if you find yourself fitting in any of these categories, be conscious of it, be intentional about it, and begin to set things in place that will make you respond to it in a better way. So number one, try to support your brothers and sisters in whatever they do, Liberians as a whole. Number two, remain consistent and be willing to persevere through whatever you're doing. And number three, make sure you're focusing on the long-term effect and the long-term rewards, and not just what you can get immediately, the immediate gratification. Make sure you're investing for long-term. If you don't benefit from it, your children will, and the children of Liberia will. But we have to change Liberia, and we have to change the future, and it starts with us now. We can't depend on our children to go back to a place that we never really own up to for them to go and fix it. So we need to put these things in order, and we will begin to see success across the board. So thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. Let's talk about this, share your thoughts. Let me know what you think about these three areas of improvements that we as Liberians need to do. Let me know what you disagree with. I mean, there are a lot of things that Liberians can do, but I just selected three of them to focus on. And we all may not fit in these three categories. Some of us may be really good at those three things. But if you're good at those three things, then help your brother, lift him up, and make sure that we're all winning together. Share the video, like and comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.